Larnaca, the island of Cyprus. Christianity dates back to 45 AD here, roughly a decade after the crucifixion. But the Basilica in Larnaca maintains an ancient tradition that puts Cyprus at the heart of the Jesus story. Worshippers here venerate the relics held to be evidence of Jesus' greatest miracle. The raising of Lazarus. In the Bible, Lazarus has an exclusive title.
We are introduced to the character of Lazarus in the Gospel of John. What we are told about him is unique. He is the one whom Jesus loved.
Lazarus, come out.
And he is famous for his part in the ultimate miracle of Jesus' mission.
The raising of Lazarus is one of the most lengthy narratives anywhere in the Gospels. Yet the person at its center, Lazarus, never actually speaks. He is the enigma at the heart of the story.
In 1972, workers repairing the basilica in Larnaca made a startling discovery.
There's a sarcophagus that contains bones inside.
Written on the side in Greek are the words, "Friend of Jesus."
They announced to the world that these are the bones of none other than Lazarus.
Could this be the final resting place of the man known in the Bible as Jesus' beloved friend? Lazarus may have been silent in the Bible, but it tells us where he's from, Bethany.
This place is Al-Azariah. It's here in the West Bank, just behind the Mount of Olives, and it's the traditional site of Bethany, the place associated with the house of Mary, Martha, and Lazarus, where Jesus would stay when he was in Jerusalem.
According to the Gospels, Jesus is a regular visitor to Bethany.
Jesus, you're here. Come and sit. You must be tired.
Jesus has a very special bond with Martha and Mary. It's a very intimate relationship. He's going to visit people that he trusts, and people that trust him too.
Martha and Mary are sort of like yin and yang, like many sisters, one introspective, the other outgoing. I think they comprise kind of the totality of ways of interacting with Jesus.
So Mary plays the passive role where she sits at Jesus' feet and listens. And Martha plays the active role, ministering to people who come through in the household to hear Jesus.
Lord, do you not care that my sisters left me to serve alone?
Instead of getting in her own sister's face, she gets in Jesus' face and says, "You tell her." And Jesus' response is unexpected.
Martha, you are anxious and troubled about many things, but one thing is necessary. Mary has chosen the good portion, which will not be taken away from her.
The story is about priorities. Even a woman has a right to prioritize learning from me over preparing a meal.
In John's Gospel, Martha and Mary have a brother.
Lazarus.
We don't know too much about Lazarus, but there are some clues in the Gospels. Lazarus and Jesus were very close. He is described as his friend, he whom he loved. Jesus may have had roots and family in Judea, in Jerusalem, and maybe even in Bethany. So Lazarus could have had a friendship that long predated Jesus' public ministry.
Early Christians didn't just invent people out of thin air the way a Hollywood biopic would today. The fact that Lazarus and his siblings, Mary and Martha, are all mentioned shows that they were fairly prominent figures in the early Christian movement. The relationship between Jesus and Lazarus is of a completely different order than the relationship he has with anyone else. He loves him.
When Lazarus falls sick, it's a love that will be tested to the limit.